that's added value, basically. Like, we're talking about it from a theoretical perspective, just how good it is against the matchup, but I think it's also about comfort, right? I think maybe Matomaman's the best player in the world in this hero, so definitely not. You're not going to say no thanks to an Ursa like this if you're Matsu. You're like, just sign me up, you know, let's go.
Yep.
I'm trying to think about what the final pick both teams will be looking for here is. So Secret probably, I think they will upgrade the Wind Ranger to mid here. If they do that, we're probably looking at a last pick 4 for Yapsor that is ideally ranged if they're playing offlane Mag on Zai. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think they've only played that on Zai, actually, the Magnus this tournament.
I do believe so.
We had a phase when Magnus was a true flex pick where it was being played 1, 2, 4, and 5, I think, for a little bit, and 3, all 5 roles in one patch. Roles, yeah. And I think after some of the changes to Empower, that got less appealing to play the just flat out support Mag because the Empower didn't. Probably is.
Yep.
Safe lane claims mid hoodwink, Legion Commander offlane, and then support ET. Those are pretty good.
Or honestly, they could be flexed either way because we've seen a lot of Legion 5 go there. And as I said, Seb loves the other Titan as well, and he plays the Monk kicking in the offlane as well.
Yeah, maybe you downgrade Legion just because the Ursa matchup's so bad. But again, for me, the problem is I think any hero you put offlane here, if it's a melee, loses the lane to Ursa, and I just don't think you're likely to win there. And
my issue with the idea of downgrading the Legion is that then OG would just have no clear way to take the fight because there's no hero that will start it for them really, except the Blink Dagger I'll see later.
Yep. So
I'm just not fond of that idea.
Okay. So what are you thinking here for last pick for Secret?
They have a lot of time. Is Ember still in the pool? Because they could, like, we could still see the Wind Ranger 4. I don't think Ember is bad here. There's a lot of kiteable heroes.
It's a comfort.
Like we pointed out, there's the duel you could have to worry about, but aside from that, I think Ember kind of has a free game. It's hard to land a hoodwink combo on Ember. Oh, he is banned.
Yeah,
okay, I can see. Oh, that's.
Could we see another spirit? Oh no, Storm has been banned too. Void Spirit's the only one in the pool.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so appealing.
Hard to land a hoodwink combo on Ember. Oh, he is banned.
Yeah,
okay, I can see. Oh, that's.
Could we see another spirit? Oh no, Storm has been banned too. Void Spirit's the only one in the pool.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so appealing.
I still like Wind Ranger 2, to be honest.
That's actually the strategy Beast Coast has been figured out to deal with Monk kicking as well. They were running first look on the Wind Ranger, running her mid, and just, as you said, can't be hit.
I think it's good.
What are your thoughts on the last pick?
So I'm thinking about player preference here because that's what it'll come down to. Because on paper, this Wind Ranger would be really good mid, but maybe at this point and why it's taking them so long to pick this last hero is that they're just asking, do you want this or not, and what else do you want?
Is Wyvern really good? Tinker!
Oh, Tinker!
That is not what I expected at all. Okay, exciting.
Neither did I, but doesn't that throw back to the idea that try to hit us?
Yeah, it's more miss. Yeah, it's a blind. What do you think of that Tinker matchup in the mid lane now?
Assuming he's against the...
He is against Hoodwink.
I think... I don't know, I feel like it's just a wash. It's not a matchup I think I've ever seen before.
Okay.
But just from a theoretical standpoint, I think both heroes just farm.
Final points I feel like to hear.
Final point. On paper, I do think Hoodwink is a hero that is quite good at catching the Tinker because she can just scurry through the trees and find him and get him there. But if Tinker has a good game, I see Secret overwhelming OG here.
And for you, Cinder?
Yeah, pretty much. I like Secret's late game prospects here. They have an empowered carry. They have Tinker. Late game Tinker in this patch seems insane in some games. And outside of the catch on the Hoodwink, especially now that the Legion Commander is being revealed as position 5, played by No-Tail here, I think Nisha needs to mainly pay attention to playing around trees because of Monkey King. But if let's say Secret set the stage for a fight somewhere that isn't massively surrounded by trees or they have vision in the area, I think Tinker can just shine in a game like this, so I do like them.
My only issue is this Enchantress seems kind of out of place in this draft, and she can die so easily to all of these heroes, so this is the wonky hero that I need to see.
Well, we have to throw it away because the man in the sidelines there is waiting for us. And as he likes to say, keep it PMA. So take it away, BSJ.
你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？ Truck stacks.
Now shall the battle turn.
Thank you very much, Brian. Yes, game 2 ready to roll here with OG and Secret. Fogs, what are your initial reactions looking at these drafts? Are we seeing sort of a similar timing approach from both sides? Is it, again, OG trying to play fast and early and Secret more than happy to take it late and scale on?
Feels a little bit different. I think OG's looking for more of a later scaling this time around, but that's not to say that Secret doesn't have a very strong scaling lineup either. I think it's very different state than we have seen from the last one, just a head-to-head kind of thing. Also, talking about the Enchantress, so there's an ET and a Monkey King in the offlane. That's kind of what Enchantress thrives versus playing against. You're able to dispel the Spirit buff, you're able to dispel Jingu in later stages. The overwhelming slow is also really nice. And even just heals. I've seen Puppey play this like a lot of times, so where he just backs up and he acts as like healer and just this damage soaker for his carry. So I think that's the kind of thing that they're looking for. And I mean, this is the first time I've gotten to see the Hoodwink mid in a while, and also first time me and you, I think, for this tournament get a Tinker mid. So this is pretty interesting kind of matchups we have, because Hoodwink, he can hit, miss, miss is applied from the laser, so in the laning phase could probably see Thompson still just have a good time, but the burst potential of Tinker versus a squishy hero like Hoodwink sounds kind of scary in the mid game.
No, for sure. But yeah, Thompson's going to have to be careful, but he's going to be very nimble, running around the tree line and trying to trip Nisha up, maybe getting in caught in the bushwhack to start things off, finding those back lines.
They do have good, decent ways of scouting inside trees for sure. The ET Spirit, they've got Monkey King jumping in trees, they'll have a scurry Hoodwink running around too. But we'll see if they will be able to find Nisha's. It does feel like he's going to have a pretty good timing. I've never seen this lane, but I do feel like Tinker probably comes out slightly ahead because of base damage. Just a miss of Rocket, though, Nisha. Lost vision of Thompson, wasted some mana. And bottom, I'm curious to see how this is going to end up going. Like, how is Noto going to be able to do versus a Wind Ranger? Because historically, we've seen these Legion Commander 5s be able to trade with anybody, but Wind Ranger doesn't care.
Able to find that courier there. Nice bit of gold here to start things off, throwing out the tip as well.
Let's see how Sumail's able to last hit down here too, because Clinks, as always, we know Searing Arrows helps you get these last hits. Denies are going to be more problematic, but look at the base damage differential. Agnes has 66 base damage. Clinks has 45, so still tough for that Clinks to find some of these last hits at times. First few waves though, OG seems to be very happy.
That mid lane, you're right, Thompson's a little low on the HP, but getting in and trading CS nicely, and the ball should be out very shortly for him in that mid lane. Now we're seeing up top, Seb. 7 for 3 against the 5 for 1. Able to play quite nicely against Matu, but as you mentioned, hard for the two of them to get aggressive once Puppey's around to dispel the buffs.
I think it's the first Enchantress I've gotten to see too, myself. I know we've been picked a couple times now because of these big buff ups and just wanting to be that anti-carry. But it used to be a very early picked on hero, like just first 2 picks for a lot of strategies, just because of the early timing that you can do and just all the fun stuff you can do with enchants as well too, which we'll have to get to later on, of course, once Tinker starts to get more, once Tinker gets levels and you can actually teleport to the creep that the Enchantress is gonna have and join fights easier. That'll be definitely something we have to watch.
Thompson. Okay, it's got the bottle right now. Coming in the courier. Yeah, Nisha stepping up, but indeed Thompson. Very, very low. Zap to keep him away from the wave, but
he's starting to struggle a bit in the lane, but I mean, Nisha's not really doing incredible either. Both of them are just messing with each other so much. And the Clink Sumail, he's actually done an excellent job in the last hits. Hasn't really gotten denied too much versus the Magnus. Only 4 on Zai at the moment.
Oh, and another courier here for Yamsel. He's having a nice time taking those away from OG's safe lane.
Is he going to be able to, I mean, if he's able to find another one too, that'd be pretty huge, as No-Tails just did come in, and they really need those couriers.
Yeah, they've got to be a bit more careful.
Yeah. Too much gold being given up. No-Tails will get a nice pull-off, though.
Saxa. He's going to get the stomp off, but able to keep off the side. The he tries to turn, but Seb's got the damage, gets the kill. One-time return, Puppey. Able to finish him off with the impetus. Get the trade up top.
That level 2 Jingu, I don't think they expected it to do that much bonus damage, but did decide to put the secondary point in it there on Seb. He had, what, 9 stacks of Fury swipes, I believe, on him,
Yeah,
too.
those last few hits took his HP off completely.
One hit back and forth between each other, and it would have just... One more Ursa hit and it would have been a kill on the Monkey King before that, but...
Smart money.
Seb able to hold the wave, too, so he pretty much missed out nothing after that death. He's going to have 2 range creeps pushing in. Fortunate for him. Enjoying Seb, No-Tail and YapzOr just running at each other. Very kind of awkward sports. And we will see No-Tail start to block Ancients, as we do expect, of course, these Ancient stacks to come out for the Tinker at some point. He'll probably do that smoke trick that we've seen popularized, where you smoke around Ancients and you just keep lasering them with your rearm.
See the mid CS right now. It's getting harder and harder for Thompson. 11 for 4 against the 17 for 10. This lane, it's not going to get any easier for the Hoodwink.
Damage is really starting to build up there, because your starting HP on the Hoodwink is actually pretty decent. I believe you're one of the higher strength agility heroes, but you only have 2 strength.
Gets down upon it, Matsu. He's a little cautious, though, knows that he can't commit completely onto Seb. Seb always holding onto that balance for potential turnarounds. It really is a lane, this 2 versus 2, where both teams have to really read how much potential there's going to be from each quarter. A hero and take them down. They've got to be careful.
Puppey does have the Satyr creep, though, so it's really starting to push quite a lot of aggression onto OG. Sabian trying to go onto Puppey here, but he is eating a lot of damage.
Yeah, Matsu.
Ooh, that was close. Oh, what?
Seb? What happened to his tree?
I actually was asking me, I think he cut it.
No, his cutting blade wasn't on cooldown.
I have no idea.
The tree just said no and left. Apparently.
I was checking everybody.
I'm sure we're missing something, but...
I don't... All right. Mid lane, Thompson does buy a range drop, so you can start tanking versus this insane burst damage. Also, Wind Ranger comes into power shot in mid. He'll survive, but we're definitely seeing him fall heavily behind that Tinker there. I have no idea what happened to the trio. I checked all the tangos.
I was going to say the tangos.
Thompson checking the rune. He got Saxa, but there's more backup for Secret.
Oh, he's looking pretty dead here, Saxa. Oh, maybe with the stick charges. Ooh, nice little 360 and a turnaround here. Saxa, he's still on the run. YapzOr will get it. 6 can get the train in, and Boundless Strike comes crashing down. Wim runs up with the second of YapzOr. He's going to be able to run. He's out. Nothing else for OG to throw out his way. As YapzOr gets in, Bounty Rune picked up, and he gets away.
Lane's starting to get pretty disastrous too. Only the Kings is now starting to have a good time. 2K lead. Thompson is 1,000 gold behind the Tinker already at this point. And Tinker overall does farm quite a lot faster, especially with that new lasering onto those Ancient shirts blocked, as we mentioned. But see what he's going to be able to do on this unorthodox mid hero as the Hoodwink.
See what the next bit. The focus is going to be. I mean, when you look at these 2 teams now, who's having the easiest time looking for pickoffs?
At the moment, still, I would say probably OG if they can set up with the Hoodwink running around. But
Yeah.
Secret's gonna just be sitting back farming. If they start to make the aggressive move on OG, the Tinker can move around easier. He can just show up at the tower and counter gank a lot easier.
Oh, they get the shackle in. Stop the stop here from Saxa. And the 2 of them got the damage though. Saxa trying to run. Oh, just enough for the 6 charges. Will stay alive. But again, being bullied away from this top lane completely by the 2 of them.
Anisha's 750 from Blink.
He's going to commit the RP for this. Has he got enough damage though, Zai? One more hit. He's looking for No-Tail. He's got a bit of favourable movement. Shockwaves back up though, Zai. Just enough to take him down there with that level 1 shockwave.
Well worth it. Such an under-leveled support and easy kill as Humail has been pushed all the way to That was the 2 supports and a right. Then he ends up he has to be much more careful. Thankful for him, he had that illusion, but
that was a close one.
No-Tail also, since he did die, he's going to be able to fill up that bottle again too. But yeah, really seeing the fragility of the Hoodwink versus all this big burst damage that Secret does have.
Yeah, it's if they get eyes on him, taking nearly his entire HP out at the start of any sort of fight. Thompson's going to have to be the one to get the jump on that.
For most of the game, or for most of this early game, unless he buys some HP items, a laser, a rocket, and a power shot is pretty much going to kill him. So he's picked up the trads. We've seen that from Thompson before in the past, mostly in his pub game because he's mostly played that hoodwink in the pubs. But this is usually what he goes for, so Tread's just so valuable. But 3K gold lead already for Secret.
Yeah, this is pretty huge.
Is trying to sneak into the Roche. He messed up. He actually did not get the hop over. And there was a Radiant scan that did catch Secret walking in here.
Okay, so it's in the neighborhood.
But look at that's scary when two here can just walk at the pit. A Medallion, Enchantress plus an Ursa will easily sneak that one. So now OG's just got to keep a hero in the area the entire time now, just in case.
Yeah, they cannot let Secret take this away from them as long as they can here with this Emerson.
An auto-reveal Blink now on Nisha, Magnus free farming as well. Bottom, a very good start for Secret. With scales quite heavily with that Empowered Ursa as well.
Maxed out, of course, here by Zai.
Yep. And still finding kill. Still looking to be aggressive.
How many here? Zai showing his dominance down here, and again, the attention is split around. Okay, they still sort of have more around this area top, but this time around, Secret's getting a bit more time in the pit.
Sumail is getting space to farm a quad ancient stack.
A drop kill, but Secret's backed up, and is in the neighborhood as well. Roshan under half HP. Secret, they really want to get in and fit this. Eyes also turn up. Secret turning him full force to try and get this Roshan finished off. OG, what can they do about this?
Sumail is not healthy. He's 200 HP. He can't get in the area.
I mean, it's just an distraction. It's beautiful. Takes him out. 3 dead on OG. Secret, they get the space, they get the kills, they get the Roche, they get the Aegis.
I couldn't ask for a more picture-perfect RP there with the laser, hitting all 3 heroes, 2 from the splash. That's a lot of
Huge
damage.
here. Samsung is trying to hide in the Nisha. He's hunting. If the rock gets it. And with the chase down, he's going to be able to close it. Another one. Nisha with the chase down. 10 minutes in, bringing a 5K advantage for Secret.
And their mid tower is already getting pressure too. Puppy, the top tower versus the Sumail Clinks, and ready looking to make more rotations. Nisha does head toward top. He's looking for Sumail a little bit, perhaps. I mean, it just goes to neutrals.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot on Sumail's shoulders this game. He is top net worth right now. He has got to carry this so hard for OG after a struggling early game.
And it is not going to be, does not look like the easiest one for him either, with so many heroes that can just collapse on top of him with such an early Blink Dagger on Tinker. Clinks, sure, your HP pool gets better and better. You do get the Death Pact levels, but early on, even with level 1 Death Pact, 1390 HP, like, he's killable.
Just a little bit of a tease onto SECET, nothing else to come his way. And OG, they're going to try and hit with a smoke.
They need to get something going their way. They've got the level 6 on the ET, so they've got Splitter online. They've got the level 8 on Hoodwink. They've also got Duel. So let's see what they can find. It's into this Aegis of Secret.
SECET is going to try and start things, but Matu punch back into him. Zaxic getting the spirit out. Not even quite able to get okay, Matu's got the speed to stay out of the range of SECET.
RP's backed up in 20 as well.
This is not going to be an easy tower to hold for OG. They are going to try. Opening onto Zai, but Zai is tanking Magnus the Shackle. Look at it. It's OG. They've got nothing to do. Takes the retreat. Does the monkey kick. Is he now SECET will get away. Still alive. The spin is getting him. But it costs Daxter his life. And Secret, they're ready to drive him behind the tower here. Thompson and Sumail, they've got to hide the dust to catch Sumail. Sumail will stay hidden in the trees.
He can't show his face.
And he just came down in no TP to get out of this area of the map, Sumail. He is stuck down here, so for all his farm that he's had, it will slow down a little bit.
OG bringing all 5 heroes and still only getting a small kill onto the Magnus and still lose the tower there. And now for the next fight, Magnus, he's got RP up. He's about to have Blink Dagger too. So Secret, get right back.
Absolutely. And it's just been such a slow game here for SECET and Thompson. I mean, Puppy is just about 3 gold away from overtaking the farmer, Thompson.
Oh boy, yeah, that is a huge concern. Nisha's also halfway to Aghanims already too, so that burst damage that we're talking about increases even more in potential. That HP reduction that will be coming out. This is problematic. They need to find a way to stabilize the game, but it's not easy because of how much of a lead Secret got off of the laning phase against Aegis 2. They're just hitting towers.
Radiant structures are fortified with
We'll be able to eat the creep.
vitamins and minerals.
Stop that push. But everybody on Secret's farming.
Radiant's
Especially
middle
Buffy, of course,
tower
as
is
he pretty much
under
has Solar Crest done too. So now Matu, he's got steroids on his team. He's got the Empowered, he's got this Solar Crest too. Clinks has a steroid, but it's going to be coming from like press the attack, which isn't really traditionally the greatest for him because he wants more of that raw damage rather than attack speed, since most of his is going to be coming from that. Looks he has the Aura, that'll be coming out for him later, but they have good heroes versus ETO.
He's looking for dead up here. Same time as well, they find Saxa around the mid.
They're running away with this game.
They are rolling over OG right now.
Another one too, Sam. Oh my goodness, that was close.
That was very, very
There's
close.
another volley.
He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him. Another one. Here for the Superman.
And they're starting to invade Triangle as well already because they took that mid tower.
They're
So
taking so much.
the place where Clinks needs in the game is now denied from him. As I will be able to farm that one up and setting up for another tower. 40 seconds still left on this Aegis. Just feels like OG can't do anything right now.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower
they just need
is
time
under
for the
attack.
Clinks, but even when he gets time, is he going to be able to survive this onslaught? These heroes that all get on his face.
I mean, what is the recovery plan for OG? Is he going to get to the point? To space for now, look for the high ground and hold on. Is there any item that any of them are close towards that could set them to make a play out on the map into?
Not particularly, because this time around they didn't pick, they don't have that traditional initiator from the offlane. Their initiator is going to be coming from nothing really, right? It's going to be the Monkey King hiding inside the tree lines, getting a Wukong.
And he's struggling to hide it. He found every time, Seb again in the mid. That's Gordon. Another catch from behind. They'll try for the jungle. That's going to be a straight to Bumpy. Bumpy walking away here with that bonus damage.
I think they're just going to have to wait for Secret to play over aggressive and just hope for some type of stomp from Soxa with a splitter, because right now they have no real plays that they can make versus Secret. Secret has full control of the map, triple blink daggers on the core, so they're much more mobile. It's really limited right now for OG what they can do and what they can find. And they're under vision constantly slowing. And they're still keeping up that farm pace. Sumail still has yet to die.
He's squad.
But is he going to be able to do anything when he does join the fights for these bruisers that get on him?
As I say, if he's able to carry this is going to be carrying a game on extremely hard mode right now. The lead that Secret has against OG.
It's not easy versus Ursa either, because he just has a built-in range that can just tank up versus all the big burst damage that a hero like Clinks has. Side, ready to hunt. Just thinking about it.
Oh, Thompson's going to be found. It's for the bushwhack from
and that's the mid. It's the mid hoodwink who dies like a support. All of Secret in the area again.
Puppy with the wraparound as well. OG, they're right around this time. There's just something going here.
They got to be careful.
They're sort of looking to try and fight this, but it's going to be so hard.
Blood from my claws.
Not much of anything that OG can do, even around their 2-2. They lose everybody like one by one. They lose the hoodwink, then they lose the Monkey King, then they lose it. It's too much for them. Secret with all these blink daggers after such lead. It's 19-2.
Oh,
Thompson again.
Thompson, he's on the run. Now we'll live this time, but only just. Secret no reason to stop. They can keep running at them. They are so far ahead right now.
And OG's still trying to stack up Ancients, trying to still get Sumail all this gold, but gold for what? What's it going to build in that's going to be able to bring him to be able to fight at this massive disadvantage? It just really doesn't feel like there's any hope. Nisha Axe onward to the next item for him too. No-Tail trying to put a wrap around Nisha, but he's safe.
close though. Quickly with the blink. SECET. Having to be cautious. Seb, he has got his deso done. So they will have a little bit of damage. Obviously not really going to be saving him from dying though. Needs that BKB ready before the next fight.
Might be able to... Ooh, Nisha, he seems to be aware.
Yeah, Nisha's playing very careful. Another blink out as well, Nisha. They can't catch him as much and as hard as they try.
And everyone on Secret now connecting.
Much like Cornwood before Axe's axe.
Look at the tower. Watches emoji get out. So Secret
Tower has
not turning up.
Your edge needs sharpening.
Turn the eyes on a Superman. The stun. Good jump off to the side.
Nice play by Yapsor. He's using... I've seen that twice now. Power shots to the tree from that acorn shot so that the stun just immediately gets removed. And then they smoke. Roche. It's a long respawn. Secret, they know their power.
Yeah.
They're looking to claim back that triangle.
They don't need the Aegis to fight. SECET. He's going to do this. He's got one, two, SECET's got Zai over to the side. He's got the Yule set up. It's Ox and Otail. It's away from the rest of his team.
It's so hard to play versus these three blink daggers when they're at this disadvantage. They just can't even distance themselves from the heroes. Secret, it's just easy for them at this point. 2 to 21. Constantly checking the Roche pit. As we said, it's a long respawn, so maybe a bit fortunate for OG that it is that long respawn, but Zai still just... OG trapped behind the 2-2s.
Still, it's just what they... The one death on Samel. Level 14. It's keeping on track sort of with the XP of Secret's here. Because the problem is it is all three of Secret's cores, of course. 15 on Nisha, Zai, and Matu.
Don't forget about the core puppy as well.
He's
trickling up.
2 for 6. Puppy's having a great time.
Sumel. They're giving him the tome as well. They're just trying to pump him up with everything at this point. They know that he is the only win condition for the team.
The Matu is on his own. Stun clips. Gets the bridge. Otail's got the tools to lock him down. Is going to get to follow up. Have they got enough damage to think out Matu's going to look the run? But they pop. An important kill here for OG as they are able to take something away from Secret momentarily.
Big kill though as well. Thompson gets the last hit, and it is when Roshan respawns. OG, they can't go for it themselves, but perhaps they can catch something here in the next 30 seconds. Well, Ursa is dead. Immediately though, Secret already in the lanes. Nisha hard pushing bottom. Rest of his team all set up around mid to power shot and shockwave to ensure nobody gets caught. And we do have 20-minute timings coming in, so that is also something we do have to factor in when there is always a Legion Commander support. This is his timing. You get that shard, be able to get these big press the attack buffs onto your cores. But still a massive uphill battle for OG.
A long way to go to try and climb back against how hold Secret's had on this game so far. Top lane. Zai, he's got his eyes. Straight back into the claws of the Superman. Mid lane. OG trying to have a bit of a puppy.
He's sticky.
Not done. Just out of range of the barrage there. Samel not quite able to clip him.
And into Roche after that kill. Monkey King is probably the most important hero for that Roshan. Even though they have ET, he's a bit under level. The Monkey King is everything. And they're going to smoke too.
Yeah, they are. So they're going to look to...
And Seb's going to be forced to buy, so that will make Secret hesitate a little bit here about committing.
They really don't want to let Secret get away with an overrush. But it's still so hard to take team by Zai. Oh, he missed
With the skewer, though.
Skewer whiffed. RP down. A little bit of fortune going the way of OG.
And would cheer for some ancient stacks being
That's a
cleared
lot
up.
of money.
And they're going to smoke themselves, continue scouting the area.
No RP. Can they do anything with this OG? Walking into the pit themselves, but they really want to try and get a kill before they go for it.
Their lineup doesn't do the rush nearly as fast.
It's risky.
Yeah.
They're good at
That's let's see.
That Death on 70 could be the difference maker, but now they don't get the chance to.
It's too scary. Oh, and the push.
This man is trying to get out of this.
a second because Nisha blinks into high ground and just rockets and rockets and rockets. 3,600 damage from the Tinker. They tried to go for a bold attempt of even walking into the pit there, but Secret's just at the ready. Even without RP, they're way stronger.
Absolutely.
326 and now Rush easily.
Continued early timings, 24 minutes in. Secret getting so huge right now. Matu.
Already a Scotty finished up on him. Our Tinker here for Nisha has a blink and a Shiva. It's just getting more difficult, it feels.
Another catch for Zeiss Magnus.
And a dieback. 70 seconds, no 7.
Oh boy, I'm gonna struggle to hold him.
Radiant's middle tower is under
See
attack.
how good, I mean, how good is the high ground for OG? How easily can they push back Secret?
They can push it with
The
the Monkey King.
redness spreads.
Not the greatest spam coming out from the side of OG. They've got the ET, so he's always pretty decent to get that stop. So with the triple flanks,
Huge risk from Savannah. Not gonna work. 3 heroes, 4 heroes dying. In fact, Notel having to buy back. Secret, they're not going anywhere. He's in Thompson. He's been Thompson's gone.
there's just way too much damage and way too much of a 20k gold lead. Nice overwhelming off. We'll slow them down a bit. Here comes Nisha. Follow up his teammates to bury them up as well.
Buyback comes out straight away from Thompson and Saxa. The control on stops Thompson and no jump before they can get in on top of the display. And they're ready to return back in. Beautiful angle, locks the two of them down. Everybody dead on OG. It's 4:37. Just 26 minutes in.
How many shackle shots have we seen like that? Like Nisha this time was dropping pretty low finally, but another shackle shot comes in and Secret was covering each other perfectly this game.
They really are. They're looking completely unstoppable here. This is the sort of performance so far from Secret that you know the He's always been hunting for here to pull off flawlessly at TR. And here, game 2 is up again. Series against OG is looking pretty darn good. Sam caught out yet again.
26k onto the next one. OG just still sticking it. The game is very much so over at this point.
It's probably in the 100% on the win probability, I would imagine.
We are at it.
We've been there for a few minutes indeed.
It's only 27 minutes in and we have 27,000 gold lead.
That's insane. What's on? Taking out Saxon. There we have the second set of records still at tier 2 on top. So the game may go on a little longer. But what can I do now? If there is anything to be done here, knocks out out of the They can't even hit the fountain. GG in it called. Secret looking utterly terrifying in this game 2. And with that, they secure themselves the series. 2-0 against OG. They will be moving up in the upper bracket. And OG, they'll have to climb through the lower.
What a performance too, like every single player from Secret just hitting the nail on the head. Yapso with some clutch shackles, Puppy
shall find. Where go? Sniper! The self-righteous shall choke on their sanctimony. Fear him! A light. Prepare for battle! Clink goes my bones. None quicker. I alight to battle. First blood. I'm on fire. Axe is impressed. Yes. Where goes my eye, goes my arrow. The fire of war is set.
Cross me and I'll